Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Shagalinku TV. Should I start by saying happy Saturday, like we always say here in Africa? Thank you all for joining us. We will be streaming live on three destinations, or we are streaming live on three destinations: Shagalinku TV Facebook page, Shagalinku TV YouTube page, and lastly, my page, my personal page, Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari. Thank you all for joining. The videos are still here even after the show, so you can still watch, drop your comments, and all of that. When you start watching us and you want to drop your comments for the topic of discussion for today, please also let us know where you're watching us from. And it will be very good for us to know where you're watching us from. And if you're watching us right now, do share the video link, either the YouTube link or the Facebook link, so that others can join. We're looking at the girl child today. We're looking at ladies, particularly today. We're looking at mental health, the impact of mental health on vis-a-vis social media filters, that a lot of ladies use. So many filters, so to say. What's the mental health implications of all of these? So you're chatting with a girl online, and then you happen to want to meet yourselves for either a date or get to know yourselves. And like they say in Nigeria or in Africa, what you order for is completely different from what you get. So you're saying her in physical, and then she's totally different from what she posted on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all of that. So what are the mental health implications for all of these when it comes to social media filters that ladies use? A lot of guys also use it now, I'm aware. I was told that a lot of guys also use it. So they boost it in a way. Theirs is to maybe enlarge or bolden their muscles and all of that. Anyway, I have a guest here all the way from Milan, Italy, and she'll be talking with us more on all of this. But first of all, let me start by saying thank you to Chief Mrs. Ogbenyalo Udiala Okoye, all the way from Dublin, Ireland. She gifted us an iPhone, to support Shagalinku. So thank you so much, Ma. I think I posted a video a few days back to appreciate her. She said that phone was a gift for all the work we do here on lending a voice to women empowerment, girl child education, sexual and gender-based violence, and a whole lot more that we discuss here on the program. So thank you once again, and our organization, WAD Women Global. Thank you so much. And today too is the birthday of Judith Regan, all the way from Dublin, Ireland as well. Today is her birthday. So congratulations, Lady Judith, on your birthday. We wish you the very best. Okay, back to our topic of discussion. We're looking at the implications, the mental health impacts of social media filters on girls. And today I have with me a very special guest. She's not a newcomer on the show. She's been here a couple of times, and it's good to see her again. Hi, Assia.
Hello, hello.
Good to
Welcome
see
back.
you. Good to see you. I know I've wanted you on the show for a couple of months now. We've been doing back and forth. You were having exams. In fact, you were
Yes,
busy at some point, and then now you're having exams. So how are your exams going?
they're going well, thanks God. And I'm in a period where I feel satisfied and everything goes well, alhamdulillah, and thanks God. Thank
Wow,
you for
wow.
asking. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just here trying to do the show. So, welcome once again. Esia, a lot of times we get new viewers on the show who also bump into the videos maybe after the program and all of that. So, I'd like you in a minute or two to tell us who you are, what you do, what you're currently doing, and all of that.
Okay, so I am Assia Erraidi. I'm from Italy, exactly Milan, but originally I'm Moroccan. I'm an international relations student at my final year, um, and I am very active in all topics that are related to young girls, to women empowerment. I volunteer. I do write articles. I participate in a lot of volunteering experiences and volunteering programs, so I can spread my voice and I can. Um, help girls in difficult situations whenever I find the chance.
Wow, thank you so much for that introduction. So we'll come back here and start off the show. Let's start first by talking about the use of filters. Could you tell us what filters mean? I know the ladies will be very conversant with that, but for the male folk, some of them might not know. When we hear filter, we just look at when someone is cooking rice and you need to pour that rice inside something and then all of that. But first of all, let me quickly read these messages here and then you come back. This is from Leroy Fraser. It says, I am Leroy Fraser from the US. This is a great topic. And then we've got another one here from Attica, and it says, Bravo, Assia, and so many more. But let's start off with this and then we'll come back. So tell us more about the use of filters.
Okay, so the use of filters are filters are not the filters that we use for rice, but this is a new way of changing our faces, or changing the way we look, and it is a new phenomena in social media, especially on Instagram and on Snapchat. So basically, you want to take a picture and there are already some filters that you choose, and in order and by those filters you make your skin smoother, or you make your nose tinier, or your lips bigger. So those filters change the way you look, and make you go far from what you look for in the reality. um, those filters also help what we call creating your digital personality or your digital image. So you start looking like something that you are not really, and you start believing in what you see in those filters. The filters are usually used by girls in particular of the cases, and also by young girls. There are also studies who shows that girls by 11, 12, they start using those filters. So this is a phenomena that we started talking about, but just with the COVID crisis, because there are a lot of content that we see online, a lot of edited pictures, edited photos, Photoshop by filters that we started seeing in the COVID crisis. So that's why people started now talking about the effect of filters, but I think it started years ago.
Okay, that's fine. So I like to ask that why do ladies use that? Is it because of the beauty standard? And my worry now is in the past it used to be modeling agencies and adverts and movies um, trying to make ladies or force ladies to look a certain way. So way back, if you're not thin, if you're not in shape, if you're not a certain size, you're not regarded as fashionable or beautiful and all of that. And I remember women of the plus size protested and said it wasn't fair for them, it was body shaming and all of that. And just when we're beginning to realize boosting the confidence of plus size women, filter comes in. So it's so unnatural now to have girls who a friend said if you want to date a girl or marry a girl, quickly call her in the morning when she's not done her filters, when she's not done makeup, quickly visit her in the morning or call her on video in the morning. Some girls will hardly pick video calls from the partners they are dating when it's morning or when they are not all dressed up and all of that. Isn't it worrisome that from the size plus thing, now it's the filter? So if you don't have phones that are filter compliant, or if you can't look a certain way, what is really the problem? Is it that there's a beauty standard that is being sold out and all of that?
So the problem, I guess, I believe, is that when you start using those filters, day by day, you start believing in that what you see on the camera, on your screen camera, is you, and or that should be you or your image. So we start using filters. My nose looks tinier, my lips bigger, my cheeks better. So I have a smoothie face after with filters. So what happens is that I feel like society is expecting for me to look in that certain way. So when I have to go out, the problem is that I start hiding, and I start putting a lot of makeup in order to look the way I look on social media. And this affects a lot the self-confidence, your self-confidence. And a lot of young girls, a lot of teenagers maybe, who already have insecurities and use those filters to hide those insecurities, they go out and they can't even meet people who are dating, or just friends, or just to look outside, because they are anxious of meeting people, anxious of the comparison between reality and social media, and also anxious from the beauty standards, the high beauty standards that nowadays the society is putting us. The problem is that maybe in the past, our parents or us, we were comparing ourselves to a small community around us. So maybe to people who were with us at work, at school, in the restaurant, in the coffee shop. We see almost 20 to 30 people by day. But the problem is that on Instagram, since 2018, we have 1 billion active users on Instagram. So 1 billion people scrolling on the screens and looking at your stories, or maybe looking at your pictures every day. So you start comparing yourself to those 1 billion users, and not to your classmates and to your colleagues and normal people that you see every day in the streets. And everyone looks perfect, in a perfect shape, and everyone did a glow up on Instagram. So you start comparing yourself to some standards that they are not even realistic.
Okay, that's fine. So, in case you just joined us, let me also say that this is the Saturday's edition of Shagalinko TV, and we're looking at the mental health impact of social media filters on ladies. Please drop your comments on the comment section here. And remember, you'll need to get a permission to drop your comments on our comment section. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Shagalinko, and also my personal page, Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari. So yes, three destinations here. Also remember to like all our social media handles. It's at Shagalinko TV on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all of that, so that you can get notifications every time we come up here. And we're discussing with our guest all the way from Milan, Italy. And I would like to know if you have questions for her, just drop it in the comment section, and Assia will reply. Okay. I got this one here, and it says, this is from Chimamaka Asogwa. It says, great topic, especially now. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Chimamaka, you didn't tell us where you're sending this message from. Please do tell us where you're sending your message from when you drop your comments. It's very important for us. And also, please share the video so that all others can watch. Okay, I'll bring Asia now, and let's talk about these also. And before we come to the mental health implications, um, are these ladies not also asking that these girls could be very intelligent and people will like them for their intelligence rather than just the physical or beauty angle? Are they not also worried that if the relationship or the friendship decides to take another level, a guy has been chatting with you for like 6 months and even 1 year, and because of how both of you interact, and he feels that, this girl is very intelligent, okay, can we go for a drink? Can we hang out? Can we just visit the movies or go to a park and just chill out and talk about life? And then he gets there. We've had instances where, like I said, when we opened up the show, they say what you order for online is different from what you see when it's delivered. Don't these girls who use filter have any sense of feelings that when these people see them eventually they'll be disappointed? Some could even pass them on the street, not recognizing these are the people they've been chatting with online. What do you think about that?
I think in this specific topic, I think that using filters is a wrong thing if you are getting to know someone, because there are two kinds also of filters. There are those filters who literally change the way you look. So this is a wrong thing, because for the guy it's literally a catfish. So what he ordered for on Instagram didn't find it on real life, and it's a very different thing. And for the girl, she may be shocked by the reaction of the person she's meeting, because when she will see that he's not happy with what he found out she is, and she already knows that she doesn't look like the pictures, this will affect in a very negative way, and it will have a very big impact on self-confidence of the girl. That's why I'm saying that these filters, they are a very serious problem, because imagine a girl who is not who didn't develop her personality yet, who doesn't have the strength to face real life yet. You, after using those filters and facing real life, and the reactions of people who meet her and who don't recognize her or don't like her the way she looks, really it will affect her, and it will have serious consequences on her health and mental health. That's why we have a lot of mental problems due to this topic, and due to these things. We have a lot of girls who are anxious of going on public, or meeting someone not online, and that's why interaction between people and between young people became just on screens, and not anymore on real life, because young people developed a digital personality and a real personality, and the gap became so big because of filters.
Wow. Okay, let's read some messages. I'll pop them on the screen and then you can read some of them. The lady who sent in message before, Chimamaka Asugoda, said, great topic, especially now. Sent in another one and said she's watching from Nigeria. So please, if wherever you're watching from, as you drop your comments, do also let us know where you're watching from. So, Asia, read this one here from Jasmine, and let's see.
This is a very important topic. Good, Assia. Thank you, Jasmine. Yes, this is a very important topic, especially for us girls.
Mm.
Also for
Okay, so
boys, because there are also filters for boys.
yes, and I was going to ask you this, that a lot of times when women or girls do these things, is it not because also that the boys and the men are expecting a higher standard? So subconsciously, these girls are trying to please the boys. And so I would ask you these two questions in one. How do we begin to build the confidence of young girls to know that whether black, white, whatever it is, whatever shape your nose is, just be yourself. Someone will be there to love you. And how do you also talk to young boys so not to put their expectations to, because we get carried away by the glossy cover magazines, the movies. It's so flawless that unconsciously girls want to look like that. So what do you have to say about this?
Okay, so this is what I'm actually doing with my little sister Lina, who is 10 years old. I'm working on that in order so she can become a strong woman who doesn't use filters, I hope. What we have to do with girls is that we have to bring them into real life, to show them what it looks like to have real life, to meet real people, to interact with real people outside of the virtual globe, and outside of these virtual Instagram and social media. We have to empower girls and to show them that natural beauty is the authentic beauty, because when we look at those filters, they make you look lighter, so whiter. They make you have a tiny nose, a marked jawline, and bigger eyes. So those are the typical beauty standards to look like a white European Caucasian girl, and they don't consider, for example, curly girls. They don't consider African beauty, South African beauty, South American beauty, Asian beauty, and diversity, and the unique, the and what makes us unique is that we are all different, with our insecurities, with our little imperfections, and that perfection doesn't exist, so we don't have to achieve a certain level of perfection. And what is perfection? Because each 20 years beauty standard change. So for example, in the 90s you had to be very slim, tall, athletic body, while now you have to be curvy, you have to be tanned, and maybe in 20 years it will be very different from today. So what makes us unique is our personalities, is our little imperfections that make us really look beautiful.
Okay. Thank you so much. Keep your messages coming. Just drop them in the comment section. And when you do, do also let us know where you're watching us from. We're looking at the mental health impact on social media filters by girls, you know. Why do people do this? Why do girls basically do this? Are they doing it so they please their male counterpart? Are they doing it because of imperfection, like Assia said? Are they doing it because of maybe a low self-esteem? I'm even going to ask my guest again about low self-esteem and how we begin to boost it. If you can say this, please read and then respond.
I agree with that, that natural beauty is authentic beauty. Bravo. Yes, and I am addressing this to all girls and all people in general. I mean, I know that you are already tired of hearing this in all those marketing things, and all those publicity and advertisings that you see on Instagram, new beauty, and maybe we are tired of companies using those mottos and those logos to sell more. But what I'm saying is from my personal experience, and it's very genuine, and I'm addressing this to girls who are like me, who maybe felt that they don't have self-confidence in a certain moment, and they had to use filters to please someone. But believe me, when you start believing in yourself, and you start looking at yourself, and believe that you are really beautiful, people will trust this, because people trust what you are, the image that you are projecting about yourself. And low esteem attracts people, and people can observe when you have low esteem. So if you have low esteem, unconsciously you will reflect an image, a weak image of yourself. And self-confidence is the most attractive thing on world. And this is, I felt this on my skin, because once you start being confident, people will start believing that you have something special, even if you feel like you don't have anything special, but you are there standing in a room and saying, yes, people, I am special. So people start getting interested why she feels like that, so they believe the image that you give them.
So let's come back to the mental health implications. A lot of times, social media is also a pressure. You know, people, like you say, over a million people online, and then the pressure is real because many people who don't have self-esteem want to belong, want to upgrade in quote, and all of that. So depression is real because sometimes you also see other girls, you know, in a certain way, or who are naturally endowed that they don't even need to do the filters, and then another girl feels inadequate, you know. So how do we begin to deal with depression, you know, people feeling somehow? You talked about something while we're planning to come on air about dysmorphia, you know,
Yes.
about that total rejection of your face and body and all of that. And it's shocking because some people might be going through this form of issue and don't see it like that, you know. So How do we begin to tackle mental health issues when it comes to all of this?
Yes, so I think that education is very important in this, and that professors and parents should really be aware of this topic. It's not something that stays on the phone, but it's something that happens on the phone and affects the mental health. As we've been talking about dysmorphia is a consequence of using filters, and it's when you totally reject your body, or you totally see that a part of your body is not the way you want it to look like. So this is something that may look like um, a very light problem, something that it's not very serious, but when you see the impact and the consequence of this problem on the future of those children and those young people, it will affect a lot their future. It will not let them do public speaking. It will not let them do oral exams on a lot of issues. So I think the solution is to provide some tools to schools and to the educational systems and educational centers in order to give awareness and to raise awareness between children and between young people about how to use social media, because I think this social media thing is a is going in a way where we can't control it anymore. So it's a virtual world. We have to accept it. It's there, it exists. So we have to find a way to tell our children how to move, and to give them a guidance to how to use those social media, what to do, what to not do, and and boycott and not let them use those filters, and believe in them.
Okay, can we also look at the male factor? Yes, a lot of times when you talk with girls, they tell you they are looking good for themselves, no
Mhm.
strings attached and all of that. But some of them might also just be feeling like, okay, maybe the most pretty girl in the class gets the attention of the boys more, and so they would also want to do all of this. So, what roles can young boys, men, and fathers, uncles, the male figures in females' life, what roles can they play? I've heard girls tell me that my father is my role model. Every time I come out, he tells me I'm looking good, I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, and that boosts my morale. So how can all this happen? What should young boys, young men, the men in the lives of girls, how can they help in making sure that these girls regain their self-confidence and not just rely on social media filters?
So I would like to say a sentence. It may look a bit harsh, but those beauty standards in the past and now they are the majority of the cases set by men, because we all know that we live in a society that is ruled by men. So now, step by step, we are trying to make those beauty standards more natural, more realistic. So what men have to do, as so a man, I'm talking like now I will talk about fathers. What fathers can do is boost their children's self-confidence, to not teach them what are beauty standards, to make them focus on the interior, and let the materialistic things not focus on the superficials, because beauty is something that will stay there for 3 4 years. Then an accident may happen, they may lose something, and then the self-confidence may go. We don't have to build our self-confidence and self-confidence of our children based on something that can't be there forever. And as I said before, beauty standards change a lot, so we can't teach our children's a lesson like that. you look beautiful because your face is beautiful. No, you look beautiful because you're a kind girl. You look beautiful because you're nice to people, because you help people. And we have to teach our boys to not also focus on that when they have to evaluate if someone is beautiful or not. We have to teach them that beauty is beyond what they see. And because someone can be very beautiful physically, but then when you talk to them and you stay with them more than 2 minutes, you're already bored.
True.
Because yes, so because what is beautiful is what what we have inside. Plus also the outside is important. I can't deny that when you see something beautiful or artistic, you are attracted to it, but this attraction cannot stay more than some minutes or some hours. What really attracts people, what really makes people sit in your table and listen to you and stay with you, is what you have inside. So we have to work on what we have inside, and work on showing our children to look what people have inside, not outside.
Okay, please read this one from a viewer from the United States of America. Leroy wrote this, so read.
It says, I like the natural person and the natural look. So yes, so this is an important thing that everyone should have. Everyone should like natural persons and the natural look, because when you are fake, you're trying to meet some standards. So the society standards. So you will look a perfect copy of someone else. So you're not unique. So if I want to be fake, I will look at an influencer, a celebrity, and I will follow its steps, and I can become like him. And you will find hundreds of people doing the same thing. So that's not beautiful, I believe.
Okay, so as we wrap up now, I'd like to ask you, for people who are already going through depression as a result of this, maybe they've used filters and then they get into the crowd and they're disappointed about how they are treated. Because you also said something when we started off, or while you were talking, that some of these girls, when they meet such guys for their dates, the guys are disappointed and they sometimes call off that date, and the girl is also depressed by the reaction of the guy. So people who are in this situation right now, what can you tell them to make them come off that depression and know that there's still enough time to pick the pieces of their life together again and move forward? So as we wrap up the show, what would be your word of advice to them?
I would say that when you start working on your soul, on what you are from the inside, on your character, personality, and identify your weak points, then and you work on them to make yourself a better version of yourself, an interior better version of yourself, then automatically your skin will start shining, your hair will be brighter, and you will feel really very confident. So start from the inside, and the impact of the inside will be very big on the outside. And what I would say also to people who have those kind of problems is that it's not ashamed to ask for help for someone who had maybe a similar experience, or from a doctor or a psychologist or psychiatric. But what is not good is to believe that social media and Instagram and TikTok filters are the reality, because no one is perfect. Those standards and those realities are unrealistic. You can't attain those standards, those beauty standards. The only solution is chirurgical operations, but even if you will do it, you will not be happy. So just be happy the way you are. Show people that you are unique using other methods. So using your strong character, your funny laugh, your your talent, your beautiful smile, your beautiful eyes. So that's what makes people beautiful.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's, as we wrap up also, let's look at the place of self-love, because no matter how we want to rely on others to boost our confidence, to give us pep talks, and all of that, we must also realize that our friend and our enemy is within us. How do we also begin to tell people who are going through heartbreaks, disappointments, and rejections? How do we begin to tell them um, to look on the brighter side of life?
I think the first step to do is to isolate themselves a little bit, to sit with themselves on the table and to talk to themselves. If they are going through a heartbreak and it's painful, they have to accept that pain. Because the more you reject the pain, the more you reject the problem, the more you reject the whole idea, it means that you are trying to be very idealistic, and you are trying to avoid finding a solution to a problem that is existing. So uh, visualize the problem, select it, work on it. If you have to feel pain, yes, feel that pain, uh, and give the this pain a time. So sit with yourself, feel this pain, cry if you have to cry, and then you already know the problem. If it is something related to someone else, the pain will go. You will forget, you will forgive, and you will go through this. It may take 1 week, it may take 1 month, it will take 1 year, but it will go, and you don't have to hide that. Otherwise the problem will grow inside you like a monster. If it is related to yourself, try to sit with yourself, to know more about yourself. And each one of us has a small problem that we have to identify and work on it. Because if you're not going to work on that problem, you're not going to search inside you of what is your problem. No one gonna come and tell you, I feel like this is your problem. And no one gonna tell you the reality, because we find also a lot of people telling you, oh, you're perfect the way you are. But no, if you feel that something is going wrong, go look inside yourself, investigate, find the problem, work on it, trust the process, take a long process to work on it, and finally, when you find the balance, maybe it could be changing the lifestyle, it could be cutting your hair, it could be changing your work, your city, your country, whatever it is. When you start working on it, you'll see the results, and you will see that everything will change. So self-confidence starts with yourself and not with anyone else. No one can help you to boost your self-confidence.
Okay, thank you so much. As we wrap up now, this is a message from Leroy. He says, we must discover our beauty and value from within. Leroy, USA. Okay, thank you so much, Leroy, and it's good to know you're watching us from the United States of America. So, as in your final words, who would you like to greet? Who would you like to send Christmas shout outs to? Festivities on the air. I know some people say happy holidays and all of that. So, who would you like to do happy holidays to?
Okay, I would say thank you to all my to my family, my parents, and my friends who are watching me and who are supporting me and waiting for me to talk on this show so they can watch me. I would say also happy Christmas and happy holidays to all my Christian friends all over the world who are watching me or who not watching me, but I'm greeting them. And thank you for hosting me and for the third time to talk about those interesting topics. And all people who are watching us, happy holidays, happy Christmas, and happy New Year also.
Okay, thank you so much for being there for us. I want to thank everyone who also joined us, and I want to thank everyone who joined the program, who dropped their comments. Some people watch later on because of the time zone difference and all of that. So please remember to also like all our social media handles. It is Shagalinku TV on YouTube, Shagalinku TV on Facebook, Shagalinku TV on Instagram, Twitter, and all of that, so that and don't forget to click on the notification button so that anytime we come on air, you'll be notified, and then you can also join us and be part of the program. I really want to thank my guest the third time around, all the way from Milan, Assia Erraidi. And thank you so much for this wonderful. I learned a new one this evening, and total rejection of your face. Some people go through this and then they don't understand that there's a name for such a situation. So whatever it is, people should just be comfortable in their skins, realize that physical or facial beauty will fade. Like my guest said, you need to build your inwards, because after a few moments when you are together, the person talking with you would want to engage your intelligence, ask about life issues, what are your plans for the future. So life goes beyond just having physical or facial beauty. You need to bring something to the table as a lady. So a lot, and guys should also begin to let the ladies know that they are not just only interested in showing off a beautiful girl with a beautiful face and all of that. They want a girl who could also bring something intellectual to the table, a girl who will be able to pursue her career, pursue her dream, her education, her talent, and all of that, and take her space in world development. I believe that life goes on and there is more to life than just a pretty face. Thank you all. My name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari, and thank you all for joining us. The videos are still here. You can watch after the show, share with your friends, and all of that. Once again, God bless you all and have a beautiful Saturday. And thanks to my guest again, in spite of our very busy schedule, still writing our exams in between, she still obliged us and came on the show. Thank you once again for joining us. Take care of yourself, and we wish you the very best in your exams. You'll come out with flying colors and all of that. Okay, for everyone, take care of yourselves and bye bye.